Hi, I'm Katie and I'm writing a book. I've been working on this book since, technically since March of this year, 2025, but I have had the idea for this novel, which is actually a series of novels, whatever. I swear I know grammar, whatever. But I originally got the idea, I want to say 2 years ago now. It's been a minute, but I didn't start working on the novel, actually writing scenes, words, plot details, things like that, until I want to say March 6th of this year, I think. And I keep looking over here because my laptop's right here. I've been documenting my progress on Instagram, and I enjoy doing that, but I have always been a YouTube girl. So I think I'm gonna try this, see how this goes. I'm not used to it at all. Like, I keep looking at myself instead of looking at the actual camera, which I know you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to look at the camera, but I'm not used to it, so I just keep looking at myself because I'm filming on an iPhone, so it's just a big picture of me. But yeah, I got the idea for this book about 2 years ago. It finally came to me. I've always wanted to be a writer. I've always wanted to be an author, but I've never felt like I've had that one great idea. Not to say that you will only ever have one great idea, but I was kind of waiting for that one idea to come that I was just like, that's it. That's the book I'm going to write. Because I've always struggled with, do I want to write a book about this or about that? Just never really could pick something. I had ideas, but none that I was really attached to. They were just kind of like, I like it, but it's whatever. I didn't really have any passion for the specific ideas I was coming up with until 2 years ago, whenever I thought of this idea, and it came to me totally randomly. Like, I wasn't doing anything, wasn't watching anything, listening to anything. It just popped in my head, and I was like, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. And then it took me about 1.5 years, a little bit more than that, to actually start working on it, which is a whole other story. But essentially, I was just had a lot going on in my life, which, when don't you have a whole lot going on in your life, to be honest? But I just had a lot going on, and it was nagging at me, but I just had so much other stuff on my mind that were a lot more pressing and a lot more tangible, that I was like, okay, I need to do this. I cannot think about the book because there's too much going on in here already. So about 2 years ago, July of 2023, so this was probably, I don't know, a few months after I got the idea, but I wouldn't say 6 months, but a few months. And I started journaling, which started to help, but I did not consistently journal up until like a few months ago, where I really started journaling several times a week, sometimes like every other day or every day for a little bit here and there. And then that helped, and then I bought my house, so all of that kind of disappeared. And so I was like, ugh, I guess I have to write the book now. Which is what I want. It's fantastic, but it's also scary and terrifying, especially now as I'm working through it. I have about 23,000 words so far, and like, I've just hit a point where I'm like, okay, I'm really writing this thing, like, this is legit, and I'm scared. Because one, what if it's bad? And I know it's bad. Like, what if it's bad and I know it's bad? And I'm like, ugh, I wrote this whole book and it totally sucks. Or what if it's bad and I don't know it? I think it's good, but everybody else is like, ooh, this is really bad. And then that's just embarrassing for some reason. And then what if it's good and I think it's bad, and then it never goes anywhere and it just sits in a file on my computer forever? Or what if it's good and other people think it's good, and then what, I have to write more? Which is what I want, but also it's like, ugh. All options are scary. Obviously, it's good and other people think it's good is the ideal option, but it's still a scary option in its own right for other reasons. But so that's kind of where I am at with it right now. That's kind of my thought process initially. I didn't really have a plan going into this. Maybe I should have. I don't really know how much to share about the book. I hesitate to really say much about it at all, just because where it is in draft 1, it's in the very early stages. I've got like maybe 20% of the first draft written, I would say, give or take. I don't necessarily know how long I want the first draft to be, because I know I'm gonna have to edit it and basically rewrite it and, you know, do all those sorts of things. But I know I want the first draft to at least be 100,000 words, but I think it's gonna end up being a little bit longer than that. I'm a long book girl when I read, so I think it's gonna be a longer book. And I say that, and that could totally not be true at all. I don't know, but that's me. That's my journey. That's my journey. Okay. I don't know. That's what I'm doing. I'm writing a book. It is my dream to be an author, to be a published author, to have people like my books, to have people read my books, to have people resonate with my books, to have people just see what I've written and think, yeah, I like that, you know? So, yeah. And it's really hard, and I knew that. You know, that's also part of why I have such a hard time actually doing the work, because I'm like, this is hard. But it's what I want, and I'm trying different ways to hold myself accountable, because I'm also really bad at keeping myself on a personal project deadline, because I'm just like, I'm not really reporting to anybody. Like, it's not like a work thing, it's not like a school thing, it's just, this is this thing that I've told myself that I have to do, but I don't really have to do it because it's just me. But I want to do it, and I need to do it. So I'm just trying a few different things to figure out what works for me, and just kind of keeps me on track and gives me an outlet of a place to talk about it. I don't have a lot of writer friends, which is fine, you know. I like to have more writer friends, obviously, but I don't have any writer friends that I'm really close to, so I don't have somebody or several somebodies to really talk about the ins and outs of writing with. So I'm really also just looking for a place to put my thoughts and to say what I'm thinking and just kind of talk out loud, almost like another form of journaling, but more, I don't know, it's clearly different, you know. And I also want to share with other people, because I don't know, I think I really enjoy consuming content online that's very geared toward what I also want to do. Like, I watch a lot of YouTubers who are authors, who are, whether they're indie published, traditional published, whatever, they're working on their book. Maybe it's their first book, maybe it's their 40th book. You know, I like watching videos of people doing that. And so, you know, I think there's also a part of me that's like, you know, I like watching this because this is, you know, this is also something I do, and it's something I want to do, and, you know, this is what I want my life to look like. So maybe I should just also do this, you know? So I don't have a lot of words for it. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't really know how to explain a lot of it. I really am just wanting to take this as seriously as I can and really push myself to do these things and write this book and just, I don't know, make my dreams come true. It sounds so cheesy, but I don't know, I guess I'm cheesy. That's fine. I'm just feeling super inspired today. I went to an advanced listening party for Lorde's new album and won Amazing Album of the Year. I've already decided, but that's beside the point. It just kind of sparked something in me that I'm like, I need to write. I need to put my stuff out there. I need to get it done. I need to get it to a place where I'm happy with it, you know, the editing, the drafts, that whole process. But first I need to get it done, then I need to do the editing process, and then I need to get it out there, whatever that looks like for me. And so just, you know, being at that advanced listening party just kind of put me in that headspace where I'm like, you know what? And her new album is so raw, it's so authentic, it's so vulnerable. And like the story that I'm writing is very much inspired by not necessarily like my real life, but like aspects of my my home, my region of the world. So it's very personal to me. That's why I finally feel like I have the passion for it. It actually speaks to me, and it's actually something that, you know, I see myself in. It's just, you know, it's a story I wanted to read that I'm writing. And so just kind of seeing that with Lorde, or listening to that with Lorde's new album, I'm like, you know, she did that and I love it. And I need to put this out there. I need to do it, one, for me. Above anything else, I need to do it for me because I want to do it, and it's all about, you know, fulfilling what I feel like is my purpose, is writing this book and finishing it. Even if nobody ever reads it, you know, people in my life will read it, you know, like my fiance, my friends, family. Like, I just need to get it out there so somebody can read it, because it's already something that I'm proud of, and I'm so passionate about it that I'm like, you know, if it never gets published, it never gets read by a stranger, that's fine. I just need to get it out there because it's like stuck in me, and I need to get it out. It wants to come out, and I want to write it. So just being back and hearing like such a powerful piece of art just really inspired me to get my head in the game and just write what I've got and get it to a place where I can let people in and let people see what I got going on, writing wise. It's a weird way to say that, but whatever. This makes me very nervous. This is like weird and awkward and strange, but that's fine. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't really know what this is gonna look like. I don't know, but that's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing. And if you wanna see where it goes, stick around. I'm gonna keep making videos like this, and at the end, we will have a finished book, and things will be so slay. It'll be awesome. All right, that's it. I'm Katie. I'm writing a book, and this was video number 1.